Hello, writers. How are we doing today? We are going to continue on with our personal narrative. Yesterday, we started reading Grandma's Records. Remember that personal narrative is a story about the author's life. It's about their own life. And this was a story about this little boy, Eric, growing up at his grandma's house over the summers. Well, today, and we did brainstorm some ideas, right, about some special events that happen with people that you care about and people that you love. So we're going to use one of those events today. But let's finish this story. The beginning of our story, Eric was going to see Grandma. So right now is where we're getting into the middle, where that famous band showed up. And this is where our small moment, summer is the big idea. This is going to be the small moment. Remember, we said big ideas like Disney World, small idea. It's a small world, the one single thing. So leading up to this, now we've met the band, and so let's finish up and see what happens here with Eric's personal narrative. While eating dessert, Sammy had another surprise for Grandma. 2 tickets to the band's first New York concert and their brand new record, which wasn't even in the stores yet. I raced over to the record player, thrilled to be the first New Yorker to hear their latest music. That's exciting. Pages are stuck together. The next day, Grandma and I spent all day shopping for clothes to wear to the show. She even made me get a haircut. Some of you I know don't like getting your haircut because I know my son does not like to get his haircut, and he's 14. Ooh, these pages. The theater was all the way up in the Bronx. That's a part of New York. We took the subway there, and Grandma was nervous during the whole ride. When we got to the theater, we walked past the long line of people and went right inside because of our special tickets. That's like VIP treatment. The theater was bigger than all the movie theaters I had ever gone to. Remember, this was back in the 1960s, so it was a while ago. 70 years. So do you see how we've zoomed into the small moment of the concert? Summer was the big event. Now we're at their small event, the concert. The band made a spectacular entrance. Suddenly the theater went dark. Tiny lights glittered and a loud siren filled the air, and I heard Grandma gasp, "Oh my gosh." She thought something was wrong. The darkened stage seemed to fill with people running back and forth in confusion. Next, everything went dark again, and a loud, steady conga beat began. Boom, back, boom, back, boom, back, boom. Then the lights came on with a loud boom, and the band began to play the song Elena's Candy. Grandma and I were surprised at how the music sounded different live. The musicians made familiar songs sound fresh by adding new musical phrases and words. Before the last song began, Ismael said, "This one goes out to Carmen," and he pointed to Grandma as he sang her special song. I looked at her as she put her hand over her heart, raised the other hand, and closed her eyes and began to sing along. Ismael was singing to my grandma. Then I looked around and realized that everyone in the theater had their hands over their hearts too. So it must have been something special with that song, if everyone was doing it. After the show, we went backstage. I asked Ismael how he knew about Grandma's song. He explained that the song was about coming to a new country and having to leave those that you love. People put their hands over their hearts to show that their hearts remain in Puerto Rico, even though they may be far away. Now I understood why Grandma's song was so special to so many people. So this small moment was about the concert and about the importance of that song. Over the next days and weeks, Grandma and I put on our own shows Imitating Cortillo's band, Grandma wished such a special night had been captured in a recording so that she could listen to it again and again. But even though I knew that a concert is so special because it leaves you with the memory of a magical moment in time. See, that special small moment, that magical moment. As I got older, I started bringing over my records to play for Grandma. Brazilian music, jazz, and even rap. She loved listening to it all, just like she did when he would choose any record. It's nice that he would still visit his grandma. Even now, when I'm playing CDs in my studio, I imagine I'm back in Grandma's living room, and she turns to me and says, "You be the DJ today." And as I work, Grandma's special song surrounds me. So this was our personal narrative about our author, Eric Velasquez, and his special small moment of learning about that song from his grandma. Now we're going to take our small moment and brainstorm using our sensory details. So go ahead, go back to your seat or your desk or wherever you're doing your work, and grab a pencil and your reading notebook. Writing notebook, not reading, writing.